My name is Nicola Conker and I am a business analyst at Flyform. So a business analyst is there to go in and talk to individual areas of your business, all the way from your senior stakeholders, those who are investing in ServiceNow, all the way down to the people who are working doing the processes wherever they're doing them today, and able to ask the right questions, and the right questions are important, and then come back and translate that into the right way to frame that information and have that conversation back with the people who are investing or the people who need to make those key decisions. Now, that's business analysis, but then there's how that translates to what needs to be done to deliver the right system, the right implementation of a system that will allow you to get the things back that you need. Quite often business analysis is thought of as that last piece only. So going in and saying, well, what is it that is needed to deliver ServiceNow? However, the business analysis bit really is that piece of work that you do first. So let's find out about your business, really find out what it is that you need, and then translate that into a bunch of requirements that will allow you to get the system that you need, not just a system that is standardly delivered. A BA within a business is sort of the idea that they know about those business areas. Maybe they know about particular areas within that business more specifically. That's their background. You tend to find that they are representative of the business, but can delve into particular areas within that business. It might be that they work with finance more. It might be that they work with human resources more. It might be they work with the IT department more. So they tend to be really experienced in that, which is great. When we come in, we are business analysts. Again, we'll go in and we understand the areas within ServiceNow and the best practices that ServiceNow delivers. Quite often what we talk about is the best practice that is offered and the best practice that's done out of the box. Now, those best practices move and change, and we are constantly making sure we're knowledgeable in each of those areas. So within ServiceNow, having ServiceNow business analysts really allows you to take advantages of those best practices that are in the system. Now, best practice isn't just the one way of doing it, it's the way that will work for your business. So what dials and what buttons do you need to see turn, and therefore which buttons do we need to make sure are turned on within the system to allow you to see that and see it function and see it work. So yeah, I think you tend to find that the business analyst within the business really helps when combined with the ServiceNow business analyst, because actually you've got these people that know that business and we know the best practice that we should be delivering to. So you end up with a really good set of requirements, hopefully, at the end. When you look at the role of a business analyst, they obviously are going in to really flesh out and do that pre-work that should be before any technical work starts. So that's obviously there, that you generally have quite a lot of BA resource at that point. However, when you come to then writing requirements for that, you're writing a user story is a good example of a requirement. You write a business requirement and then have some user stories, technical user stories that will deliver that. Now, by making sure as a business analyst you trace those requirements back, so essentially the business understands what it is that's trying to deliver. What a business analyst is there to do is, if there are any questions about that from the business, so let's say there's a solution playback, so a solution validation session that says, well, this is what's been delivered. Hopefully, when you've got your business analysis there and ready, that solution, what's being demoed, to say this is the development work that's been done, hopefully that hits the mark. However, the business is moving all the time. So actually you might be, as a business analyst, still having conversations with the customer, some new information's come to light, and you're there within that demo playback session, and you say, well, actually, we need to make a slight tweak to that. So hopefully you're ahead of the curve with the customer, or they're on the phone, they're obviously in today's landscape, they're on the phone, but they're there listening and saying, oh, actually, I want this, because something's moved, some new information's come to light. So you have to be there all the way through that development, so that you make sure that if you're going to change something, whether it's a small tweak or something more fundamental, it feeds back into what you've learned about the business previously. But then there's testing. So then all of a sudden testing, so user acceptance testing, you've got a whole nother bunch of people come on. They're also working on the same stories that have got some acceptance criteria. So if that particular story passes that acceptance criteria, then hopefully that's passed the mark. If for whatever reason that acceptance criteria doesn't make sense to the end user, it should be written in plain English, but to be there as a support for user acceptance testing is important. But also, again, user acceptance testing is one of those places that sometimes more things come up and you go, actually, they want this. By being a business analyst that understands that pre-work again that's been done and been there at the end, you're able to make the right change that hopefully doesn't have a knock-on impact to everything that you've already done. And that's where you have to be. You get that sort of oversight, that overall view. You can answer those questions, but you can also make the right change to the system. So business analyst, be able to go into the business, speak to every level of user within the business. And when we say user, we talk about the user who is using the system, but also the user who's reaping the benefits from the system, every single user within the business, and find out what it is that's required from the new system, or the new solution, or the new process change that's about to take place. So that when we found out about that, we can feed that into the development of the system with the technical consultants.